Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing? How are we doing, ladies and gents? It is the prodigious, the prominent Professor Johnson at Proclamation News and Gatherence. It's Monday, the 18th of October 2021. I'm the capital P of Proclamation. I'm a capital P of Professor. I'm a capital P of punctuation. I'm a capital P in progressive. I'm a capital P in progression. I'm a capital P in persuasion. I'm a capital P in persuasive. I'm a capital P in politician. I'm a capital P in propaganda. Here we go. I'm a capital P in prosperous. I'm a capital P in prosperity. And away we go. It's Proclamation News and Gatherence, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for coming through, supporting Proclamation News and Gatherence. Really appreciate it. Live with the UK road incidents. Make sure you stay tuned. We've got a lot to get through today. We've got a lot to get through. We've got some must needs for you shoppers, you shopaholics that are going to be going out shopping for Christmas shopping. So make sure you stay tuned, guys. Before you enter the roads within the UK, all over the globe, doesn't matter where you're listening from, make sure you take safety precautions when you enter the roads. Do not enter the vehicle on sleep deprivation, under influence of alcohol and narcotics. Sounds stupid, but all these incidents that we read daily, it's all due to stupidity on the road, not taking full care at the wheel. Make sure you and passengers have seat belts. It's down to the driver to make sure the passengers got seat belts on. Children and babies on board have seat belts adapters adjacent to the car seat, making sure you got your engine oil, water coolant tank at top maximum level. Check your tyres, making sure they're not bowled. Make sure you've got enough PSI limits in your air pressure. Check if you've got sufficient fuel on board, travelling from A to B. But bear in mind, you could get stuck in a congestion or road closed, to put that extra few gallons in to make sure. Don't always rely on your emergency fuel tank, because some cars are different. Some say it could be 30 miles in your reserve tank, but don't take it for granted. Check for further police instructions, roadworks. Make sure pedestrians are fully across the road. Check your centre mirror, wing mirror before turning, acting in safe, sufficient directional choice. You know, police and the fire brigade are working hard day in, day out on the roads. Obviously, the NHS for ambulances have turned up to some serious injuries, serious incidents. Fire engines have to cut babies and adults out of the car. You know, they do a lot. They're all 999 services are working hard day in, day out. Police get involved in a lot of things, more things than you know. Not just drug raids and whatever. They're attending things like car incidents. They probably prefer attending car incidents, admittedly, but they've got a lot to deal with, as well as tackle crime, knife crime, drug related crime. I know some people think they ain't doing enough, but they're doing a lot more than the likes of me and you, because we're not doing their job. Although we get involved, supporting them as best we can. Try not get provoked, because that's a crime. If you get provoked with a normal citizen, you become part of the crime. We've even known for the police to get involved in their own crime anyway. Southeast of England is an incident. West Avenue, road closed, emergency repairs, traffic coping well. Sinkhole repairs on West Avenue between Jackson Road and Station Road. Traffic is coping well. It's been there since last Wednesday. Great Yarmouth. A1243, partially blocked accident, slow traffic congestion. Partially blocked and slow traffic due to accident on A1243. Bridge Road, southbound near Lidl. Congestion, Haven Bridge. 8:24 a.m. Not far off Watford. A406 queuing traffic on A406 North Circle both ways at B106 Brownlow Road at first reported at 5:20 a.m. this morning. We can look over in Oxford. Oxford A40 queuing traffic travel time. Queuing traffic for 1 mile on A40 eastbound at A44. Wovercote roundabout. Travel time is 10 minutes towards Oxford. 8:32 a.m. In Birmingham, traffic congestion A4040 Aston Lane, Wellington Road, both ways around A34 Birchfield Road. 8:52 a.m. Just going to go for this. David Amis death. Priti Patel could get police guards at surgeries. Giving MPs police guards at local meetings is one of a range of steps that could protect politicians, Priti Patel has said after MP's killing. The death of Sir David Amis has raised concern over the safety of politicians and the abuse they receive online. The Home Secretary said she and a Commons Speaker, Sir Lindsay Hoyle, were working on practical measures to protect MPs. But she stressed action should be proportionate to the risk and that MPs should remain accessible. She added that any action against anonymous social media accounts, which could be used for pro-democracy reasons, should be balanced. Speaking to the BBC's Andrew Marr, she said it wasn't just about MPs, adding that children had been subject to the most appalling hate and abuse online. She said the government online harms bill offered an opportunity for all politicians to come together to close the corrosive space online, where we see just dreadful behaviour. Sir David, 69, was stabbed at Belfair's Methodist Church in Leigh-on-Sea on Friday, where he had been meeting members of the public. A man arrested by police after the killing is Ali Harbi Ali, a 25-year-old British citizen of Somali heritage, Whitehall officials have told BBC. Police say he was being held at London Police Station under the Terrorism Act 2000. The BBC have been told that some years ago he was referred to government's counter-extremism programme, PREVENT, which aims to de-radicalise people. Teachers, members of the public and the NHS and others can refer individuals to a local panel of police. Social workers and other experts who decide whether and how to intervene in their lives. It is believed that Mr. Ali was not in the voluntary scheme for long and was not on the M15's current watch list. Old Pop said they would be a member of the Terrorism Act and exactly what it says on the tin. Police said he'd be held in that London police station under the Terrorism Act, and it was part of the counter-extremist programme before. Dear friend, Miss Patel described hearing the news Sir David had died, saying, frankly, our worlds were shattered. Some years ago, referred to the government's counter-extremist programme, yeah. She said MP had been a dear friend whose infectious personality meant that he was touched so many lives. The attack has prompted questions about whether MPs should continue to meet constituents face-to-face without police protection, with one Conservative MP suggesting in-person surgeries should be temporarily paused. Most MPs hold weekly surgeries in their local area, often in public buildings such as libraries where their constituents can seek help or advice. Speaking to the BBC Andrew Marr, Miss Patel said MPs are here to serve and to be accessible to the British public, but there was a way to do things differently around surgeries. She added that MPs could protect themselves by only seeing constituents who have pre-booked an appointment and making sure to check the background of individuals. Asked about whether MPs should be offered police protection when holding constituency meetings, Ms Patel said there were a range of measures available to politicians. This isn't about just saying, let's go for option A, have bodyguards or security. She said, adding that any action should be proportionate to the risk faced by each individual MP following a one-to-one assessment between MP and the police. Speaker of the House of Commons, Sir Lindsay Hoyle, has also said he is working at place to improve the safety of MPs. Writing to the Observer in the Mail on Sunday, he said he didn't want MPs to stop meeting their constituents, but that it was necessary to take stock and review whether those measures are adequate to safeguard members, staff, constituents, especially during the surgeries. He also called for an end to the hate which drives attacks against MPs. If anything positive is to come out of this latest awful tragedy, he said, it is the quality of political discourse has to change. The conversation has to be kinder and based on respect, he said. What security is currently in place? Most MPs do not get close to protection while in their constituencies, but security was increased following Miss Cox killing. All MPs were offered panic buttons, extra lighting, additional locks and emergency fobs at their homes with constituency officers. Their spending on such measures soared to £170,576 in 2015-16 to £4.5 million 2 years later. Life-saving. Asked about the role of social media, Ms Patel said the culture department was leading work into online abuse, but that she was absolutely vigorous when speaking to tech companies such as Facebook and Twitter. She said there had to be a proportionate and balanced approach to the issue of anonymous use of social media. Labour's Shadow Foreign Secretary Lisa Nandy agreed that it was right to be cautious about ending anonymity online, arguing that it is life-saving for some campaigners, such as whistleblowers or campaigners in Belarus and Hong Kong. However, she said people would be held to account for what would be criminal behaviour. In the real world, if they indulge it online, the trick is to get the right balance. She said, adding that the government had dragged its feet on this for years. She also said there should be penalties for executives of social media companies who fail to tackle abuse on their platforms. Both Labour and Liberal Democrats have said they would not put candidates against the Conservatives when a by-election is held in Southend West. Just going to have a short amid break, ladies and gents. Thank you all for coming through to Proclamation News and Gatherence. Please subscribe. We've got some really, really good listening for you lovely shoppers over Christmas. The must-buys, which when I say a must-buy, it's going to be a profit for you to margin in years to come on these things that I'll be talking about shortly. I'm not going to tell you now because it's going to ruin it's going to ruin a segment that we're coming into. We've got 4 more segments to go through, and you guys are going to be hopefully overwhelmed hearing it. Absolutely. Bear with me, guys. There we go. Short break.
Good morning. It's Monday. It's the 18th of October, and MPs will gather in Westminster today to pay tribute to Sir David Amess. It's the first time they've met in Parliament since he was killed last Friday.
A service will also be held at Westminster Abbey. Last night, Sir David's family released a statement saying they are shattered by his death. Aruna Iyengar reports.
Church services in Leigh-on-Sea to remember the life of Sir David Amess, attacked and killed while doing his job as an MP.
He was committed to the people. He was a servant of our town. For the Lord good.
In a statement, Sir David's family gave this plea. We ask people to set aside their differences and show kindness and love to all. This is the only way forward. Set aside hatred and work towards togetherness. Please let some good come from this tragedy. This afternoon, MPs will pay tribute in the House of Commons. There will be a minute's silence ahead of a church service in his memory at Westminster Abbey.
For my right honourable friend,
The politician was married with 5 children, a Conservative MP since 1983, first in Basildon and later in Southend West. He was known and loved for his hands-on approach with voters.
is launching its bid.
One of his many campaigns was to get city status for Southend. Police have arrested a man on suspicion of murder, and over the weekend they've been searching 3 properties in London. The man in custody is Ali Harbi Ali, 25 years old and a British national of Somali heritage. He went to school in Croydon in South London. A few years ago, he was referred to the Prevent scheme, which is designed to stop people being drawn into terrorism. There are now calls to increase security for MPs. The Home Secretary, Priti Patel, is considering police guards at constituency meetings.
We must not let the terrorists alter our way of lives, but we also need to, as we move forward and push back against this, do this in a responsible way.
For now, Southend is in mourning for a man who dedicated his life to the service of his community. Aruna Iyengar, BBC News.
We are joined now by our political correspondent, Chris Mason. Morning to you, Chris. It's going to be a very difficult day in Westminster today, isn't it?
Yeah, good morning to you, Sally. It really is, because away from the rituals and the cameras here at Westminster is a ritual so sacrosanct to MPs that they treasure it. And that ritual is the surgery, the constituency surgery, where they head often every week, often on Fridays, where they can meet constituents one-on-one, face-to-face, sometimes with an appointment, sometimes not. It's a range of venues around their constituencies to try and make themselves available and open. The British model is all about MPs not just being legislators, lawmakers, but also working within their communities. And MPs will tell you that that is the most important element of their job. And yet, we saw, didn't we, the other day, the killing of Sir David Amess in one of those constituency surgeries. And so all MPs today and staff here will be profoundly moved, I suspect, by the ritual that they'll go through today to try and mark Sir David's passing. So there'll be special prayers written and delivered when the Commons sits a little later this afternoon, a couple of hours of tributes led by the Prime Minister, and then a church service in St Margaret's Church just across the way from Parliament at 6 o'clock this evening, as well as books of condolence being opened in several locations around the Palace of Westminster. There's a broader conversation going on, as you might expect, around MP security. MPs tend to feel safe here at Westminster. It's when they're back in their constituencies and where their staff are often based that the real concern lies. And there'll be some who think that whole ritual, therefore, does need to change.
Chris, thank you very much indeed. That's Chris Mason live for us in Westminster this morning. And throughout the morning, we will be speaking to friends and colleagues of Sir David, including Lord Geoffrey Archer, who'll be on the programme just after 8 o'clock.
And police are continuing to investigate the murder of a 14-year-old boy in Glasgow this morning as well. Justin McLaughlin was found seriously injured at High Street Station on Saturday afternoon before being taken to hospital, where he was pronounced dead a short time later. Our Scotland reporter Conor Gillies has more.
High Street Station in the centre of Glasgow, one of the city's busiest, now a crime scene, the centre of a murder investigation. The victim, a schoolboy, 14-year-old Justin McLaughlin, stabbed to death in broad daylight on Saturday afternoon.
Eyewitnesses described seeing emergency services giving him CPR inside this station. The 14-year-old was taken to the Queen Elizabeth University Hospital, where he died a short time later.
It's very difficult to comment on whether it was a target attack or not, given the early stage of the investigation, but it's something that, as with these type of inquiries, we'll keep an open mind. Part of the incident was captured on CCTV, which is a huge advantage for what we're trying to achieve.
Tributes are building on social media from friends and family. One said, "Words can't explain how much we miss you. Sleep tight, Angel." Another described Justin as the most sweetest, loving and caring boy ever. "I can't explain how heartbroken I am," they said. "You're one in a million."
It's heartbreaking to read today the reports of some of the families and friends of Justin in the wake of this tragic murder.
We're going to come back to this in a minute. Remember that it's the tragic incident of Justin or whatever that was then. We're going to move on to more knife crime. I want to influence everyone, really. I'll try and influence, obviously, I'm going to share this on social media. I just want to say, you know, you got youth for today. We're probably all adults listening, mature adults, you know, we know right from wrong. We learn through the law of church, you know. we stuck to it with more mature adults. We've gone back to church in their maturity years, thinking that's what we should have done all our lives, to stay away from these volatile human beings that end up picking up weapons or whatever, and coming from broken homes as kids and whatever. But all we can do, just I'm gonna say, mate, let's make that change. You want the best. You want to lead aspirations for your kid, don't you? You need to make aspirations for your kid to follow. You want them to be prosperous where only prosperity matters. You want them to inspire, not expire. You want them to work on the progression. There's especially for us adults, we get to the age where we've done manual work majority of our life. You get into that age now, it's deteriorating at your joints, your back, your elbows, all your joints, Synovial fluid is wearing off at your joints, your knees, your elbows, your lower lumbar region in your back. It depends what sort of work you've done. If you've done office work, you can have a different. Is it Sirolus? I can't remember. It starts with an S, but you got like a S shape in your spine. You got lordosis, which is in your lumbar. I think there's one in your thoracic as well, I believe. But anyway, there's all different parts of the spine you can damage, depending on what manual work you've done. Maybe sitting at a desk all day could do your back in. That's why you need to have regular breaks. Get up, stretch your legs, stretch your back, get back down, work in an office. But yeah, if you do want to make that change from manual work or maybe lorry driving, there's adult learning courses. There's places like I think Peabody helps with homelessness or threat of homelessness, or you got Sure Trust. Sure Trust will help you, get in any sort of direction of business that you want to aim towards. Say you want to be a beautician, get hold of Sure Trust. I don't know where you guys are in your region, but you need to get hold of your council. But it's not called Sure Trust in your region. You have to get hold of your council and ask for the information to a gateway of changing your direction of your job for the better of your well-being. You got to speak in a nice mannerism on the phone, professional mannerism. Say, look, this is causing me ill health, this manual work. I need to change my direction of work. Make that change. This is what I want to do full time, potentially. Proclamation, News and Gatherence. I've been doing it for many years. I've done media studies in 1996. I had a good crack at it when I first started. Obviously, I was etiquette boxer. I was an etiquette boxer, professional boxer. I made a good crack at it when I first started my professional boxing career. 2015, come back to my media, doing this kind of thing. I started off called Paternalistic National News, and then Proclamation News come about 3 years ago, and I've been doing it since 2019. So this will be 2019, 19, 20, 21. This can be my fourth year. We're coming to my fourth year in 22 after December. So I've been doing it for many years. It's not that I've just done it. I just jumped on the bandwagon. I found my book of all my old notes. I used to start off and write my notes in the book. But obviously, digital technology OBS becomes a lot easier to use. Life becomes easier. I can express my expression, give you all the details you need to do to better your well-being. Most of the stuff I speak is off the cuff. Like at the start when I say it's to the prodigious, the prominent Professor Johnson, Proclamation, News and Gatherence, and giving out my 10 commandments of how to use the road. Check your engine oil. Make sure you got seatbelts on. Make sure you got your car's MOT, taxi insured. Check for further police instruction. All that's just remembrance. That's how many times I've written down notes all them many moons ago. It just sticks in your head. Practice, repeat, perfect. And I like to exfoliate my expressions in many situations. I can talk about money, inequalities. It's like I want to talk about let's talk about money and inequalities. You're going in for a job. You look, you can look $1 million just by putting a new suit on. But if you don't turn up to a job interview in a car, and the other guy that's going for the interview turns up in a car, regardless how many cognitive skills you got up your sleeve, regardless what certificates you got in a job. The other guy ain't got hardly anything, but he's got a car. He got in with a vehicle. He's more likely to get a job. Although you can get into work by traveling, or you can communicate by social media. You can communicate better within a job by social media, and then that bloke can. Or he's got a car. So he's got a car. So he's got a car. He's probably lazy to be able to use social media because he's out in his car all the time. Us people without vehicles don't get to go gallivant around friends and socialise. We sit in. On my radio, I'm doing it on my radio every day, pretty much. If I'm not studying, I'm on my radio pretty much every single day of the week. I have one day off and I go to my parents. I'm on the ball. I write my own journalism on WordPress as well. I'm on a thing writing about historical, heroic presidents that have passed away, such as the last two I wrote about was Nelson Mandela and Hugo Chavez of Venezuela. I'm writing about the most deprived countries, like of inequalities, the presidents, the unsung heroes that don't really get spoken about. There's quite a few I'd like to talk about, you know. There's a lot of deprived countries, Haiti, you've got Venezuela. There's many. I mean, Ethiopia, Vietnam. They're another two I'd like to talk about. Especially, they've got water drought. They've got everything over there. They're living in. Them people are living in box houses made out of wood. Box houses made out of wood. When it rains, they all get wet. Their roofs are made out of a bit of tin on a couple of wooden sticks. It's ridiculous. We're lucky. We are very, very lucky. Their children, their newborn babies are getting soaked by the weather. The weather climate is just, it's deteriorating. For just to try and think about it, I've seen watch the videos on YouTube. Type in Vietnam. Type in Vietnam, how they live, how the farmers live. Their main capital gain is the coffee, harvesting of coffee. That's the main capital gain in Vietnam and Ethiopia. Google it. Have a look. And look how they live. They wake up at 5, probably. They probably start work at 5 and work all the way through to 11 at night and get paid hardly anything at all. It's horrific. Really is horrific. I feel so sorry for these people. I mean, in England, I feel really, really hard done by. Really hard done by. I've worked my absolute socks off all my life. Damaged nearly every single limb of my body to support my family. And now I've come away with nothing. I will try and build myself back up with, but I've damaged my limbs. Anyway, boy 16 arrested over Glasgow train station murder. Boy 16 arrested over Glasgow train station murder. 16. Justin McLaughlin was rushed to hospital, but was later pronounced dead. This is what I was just talking about. This 16-year-old boy has been arrested over the murder of Justin McLaughlin at Glasgow. The 14-year-old was found seriously injured at High Street Station at about 15:45 BST on Saturday. He was taken to Queen Elizabeth University Hospital, where he was pronounced dead a short time later. Police inquiries remained ongoing following the arrest. There was a dedicated police website for the information of the incident. Wow. It's a big shock for the family, eh? Massive, massive shock. Let's have a look at the autumn forecast, see what we've got in the future weeks ahead. Met Office forecast temperatures to hit 18 Celsius as mini autumn heat wave hits the UK. Wow. The high temperatures are only for a limited period. People enjoy their lunch on a park bench. Met Office has predicted UK weather to be pushing 20 Celsius in a couple of days, but with a mix of showers thrown in. As Brits brace themselves for winter months, the warm weather will be welcome bonus, but only for a time as the temperature is set to drop by Thursday. Forecasts have predicted that the best weather will be in the south of England with a mix of sunny spells and light drizzle. A forecast said Sunday will be a cloudy day for many of us, and there'll be also rain and drizzle in places, but some sunny weather will turn across southern England, and there'll be sunshine across the far north of Scotland. Generally unseasonably warm for the time of the year, with highs of 15 to 16 Celsius, quite widely, and perhaps as high as 17 to 18 Celsius in the south. Towards the end of the week, the predicted colder weather will begin, with snow and below average temperatures making an appearance. Wow. So we've got summer and then snow. The Met Office that sunny spells and showers are for most areas as a start of this period, with some places remaining dry. Feeling breezy at times, especially along northern, eastern and southern coast. Temperatures falling to below average for most, increasing the likelihood of snow over the higher ground in the north. Just go back to the short break. We've got one more to get through. This is the last segment I wanted to all tell you shoppers about to look out for when you go shopping for your niece, your nephew, your children. It's in. I'm not going to give it away, but look out for it in the local stores. Believe me, it's a must buy. That in years to come, this could be worth a fortune. I know these sort of things are worth a fortune in years to come. But just go for a short break.
And I'm stunned that this would have taken place in the heart of our city in broad daylight.
Justin was a pupil at this school in Coatbridge in North Lanarkshire. His teacher said St Ambrose is shocked and saddened by Justin's death. James McParlin said he was a valued member of the community and his loss felt by staff and pupils alike. As a family mourns, detectives continue the hunt this morning for the person or people responsible for murdering this young boy. Conor Gillis, BBC News, Glasgow.
The enforcement of Scotland's COVID passport scheme begins today, a fortnight after it was first introduced on a voluntary basis to give venues more time to prepare. Proof of full vaccination will be required for entry into big events, including concerts and football matches, and negative test results won't be accepted as an alternative.
Ford has announced a major transformation of its plant at Halewood on Merseyside in a move that will secure hundreds of jobs. The car maker is spending more than £200 million converting the factory to produce components for electric vehicles from 2024. It's part of plans for its entire passenger vehicle lineup in Europe to be electric by the year 2030.
The first 5 recipients of the Earthshot Prize, founded by Prince William, have been announced at a star-studded ceremony in London.
The prize aims to recognise innovative solutions to climate change. The winners have all been awarded £1 million. Science editor David Shupman has more.
Each year, we will award 5 £1 million prizes to those who we believe can transform our chances of repairing our planet.
Inspired by the missions to the moon, the aim is to heal planet Earth, to try to tackle the most serious environmental problems. The ceremony to hand out the awards, a call to action from Sir David Attenborough.
We don't have eternity. We need to do this now and over the next 10 years. And if we do put our minds to it, I believe we can do that.
Congratulations to Paul Visa.
The winning teams are mostly small but with big potential. A project to grow coral in the Bahamas, using special tanks to speed up the process of restoring reefs. A portable machine developed in India to turn agricultural waste into fertilizer so that farmers don't burn their fields and cause air pollution. And a clever design in Thailand using renewable energy to make hydrogen.
Winning this prize is recognition that we are going in the right direction. It will support us to go into mass production, and it will boost us towards our goal of accelerating the access of green hydrogen for everyone.
The Earthshot for Build a Waste-Free World goes to the city of Milan.
Another global challenge is waste, and the city of Milan wins a prize for collecting unused food and giving it to people who need it most. The final prize for restoring nature went to Costa Rica, a country that once cleared most of its forests but has now doubled the number of trees. The plan now is for the winning projects to be scaled up so that they can make a real difference globally. We'll have to see how well that works out in practice, but in any event, they'll offer something badly needed in the run-up to the climate summit in Glasgow next month, a sense of optimism. David Shruckman, BBC News.
See the headlines as they happen and watch BBC News live in the app and get the full story with bbc.co.uk/news. Follow the story for all the latest with BBC News.
Ladies and gents, the last segment of the day. Here we go. You ready, everyone? What you've been waiting for? The last segment of the day. Primark Fashion, the super soft Disney lounge collection shoppers need to get their hands on. It looks adorable. Disney fans are obsessing over an adorable new loungewear collection from Primark. As the nights draw in and the colder weather settles, cozy clothing is an absolute must. Primark has released images of their new super soft clothes that are perfect for a self-care Sunday or cozy evening after work. One outfit is their baby pink Winnie the Pooh collection with adorable knitted joggers and drawstrings and a cute knitted cami top. It is paired together with an even more adorable knitted cardigan to match. The cami comes in at £10, while the cardigan is £14 and the joggers are £16. I'll tell you what, it looks really adorable, really, really nice. I'm just looking at it now. That is it. That is it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to say thank you all for coming through to Proclamation News and Gatherence. We've had our weekend. It's Monday week. Have a wonderful week. I'm going to do some more typing up on my WordPress. Shame you guys can't see it, but you can follow me on Twitter. Let me find out what my Twitter name is. If you want to follow my Twitter, I'll put all my updates on there. Keeping the form of what's going on in my political spectrum of the world. We all have different ideas. I'm a political analyst, an artist as well, among many things. Hang on a sec. So at Proclamation New. Proclamation New. So our proclamation spelled on here. You have to put at first, Proclamation, then New, N-E-W. Without the S. Proclamation New. That's my name on Instagram. Not Instagram, Twitter. You can follow my stuff on there. I'll post that picture of that Winnie the Pooh thing on my Twitter because I believe that's going to be beneficial for you guys. Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a must buy. Anyway, you lovely lot. I just want to say thank you all ever so much for joining in. I appreciate it. I'll catch you guys probably tomorrow. I was going to do a stream a bit later this evening, but I think doing too much in one day is enough. I want to say God bless, take care, one love, and